can't play exactly the same repertoire. Well, actually, we can play the same repertoire, but, and this is the other part of why I think this is important for you to be taking this class, is if you play the same repertoire as everybody else, you're going to be competing in your career with all of those other people who play exactly the same music that you do. I know this from personal experience. It is very helpful to have some repertoire that is uniquely yours. That when somebody, for example, wants to do the Barber Piano Concerto, it's a great piece. Not that many people play it, but I play it, so I get asked to play that. On the other hand, I absolutely adore the Brahms concertos. I know those pieces, I feel like I play them really well, but nobody asks me to play them. Now, maybe that will change, I hope it changes, but I think it's important to make sure that you have among the pieces in your repertoire things that are maybe not 100% uniquely yours, but that not so many other people play. As an example, you probably know this piece. Moonlight Sonata, by the way, is a great piece. It's a really great piece, and as a result, lots of people play it. In fact, the last I checked, I have to admit it's been a few years since I checked, you could buy 99 commercially made recordings of this piece by very well-established, well-known pianists. Schnabel, Serkin, Rendel, I believe Gilels, Horowitz, Kempf, all of these great players who are well-known, well-established, and most people going to buy a recording are going to look for one of those. Even if I want to make a recording of the Moonlight Sonata, which I can go ahead and do, maybe I feel like I have something really unique and great to say about the Moonlight Sonata. From a career point of view, I'd have a really hard time getting people to buy that recording when they see all these other recordings by Horowitz, Schnabel, and people who are much more well-known than I am. And even without considering that, at best I have a 1 in 100 chance that they're going to buy my recording instead of one of the other 99 recordings that there are. If, on the other hand, I make a recording of a piece like this, I don't know if you know that piece. It's by Beethoven. It's actually variations on the theme by Paisiello. Beautiful piece, but not so many people play it. As a commercial recording, last I checked, there were 5 recordings available. So if you make a recording of that, you have a much better chance of somebody buying your recording of it, instead of 99 people to compete with. So I think that's definitely an important consideration. The most important thing about what repertoire you play is, of course, that you love the music and that you have something important to say with that music. I don't want you to choose music that's rare or obscure or unusual just only for that reason. But my hope is that as we talk about some pieces this semester, that you'll hear some that are not so familiar to you, perhaps not so familiar to audiences, not played by so many people, and that you also have real enthusiasm for and have something to say about that piece. And then you may add some of that to your repertoire. I think that will be useful for you in your career as a pianist, to compete with hundreds of other great pianists out there. So anyway, those are a couple of reasons why I think you should be taking